Hey everyone, Michael Kai here from Cleveland, Ohio, and I see on the Pietenpol list that Scott Knowlton has been working with a English wheel, and he is forming his nose bowl for his Continental engine up in beautiful Ontario, Canada. Is it Ontario? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So this does not require safety glasses, so take these off. But there is a way that a lot of guys with the Continental engine, or I call it a la Frank Pavliga, make their cowling and their nose bowl, and I copied my cowling off of Frank Pavliga and his dad because it works so well, and it also conformed with the Tony Bengalis method of attaching the cowling, splitting the cowling, not using super heavy attachment methods, but very sound cantilever methods of a good, solid, lightweight cowling installation. And I know Tim Gill has gone through this with his conversion from a Corvair to a Continental, and he did a beautiful job on finishing. He did a fiberglass nose bowl, as I believe, and so anyway, this is just how I did my nose bowl. It's a little different than Scott. Scott's using the English wheel, but here's a way you can do it, and this is how I did it, and Jack Phillips, I believe, did this as well. So what you do is you take a piece of sheet metal. In this case I use 2024 T3 2024 0.025 thick aluminum, and cut it out in the shape I wanted. I got the pattern all figured out the way I wanted it. Then made a template out of 1/4-inch plywood. This is Jack Phillips' template, actually. I only had 3 of these stringer type things. Anyway, Jack's did a really nice job on his. This is to bend the flanges over on the edges. So how do you get the oval shape? How do you get this nice looking concave shape? Well, you split everything. Everything is split so you can remove the cowling. And you can see here there are nut plates. These are Tinnerman nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's a bunch down the side, or a couple on the side, to join the top and the bottom halves of the cowling, like you see here. So once you get it all laid out, I use this method where you drill tiny holes at each of these, and this is all Tony Bengalis, completely Tony Bengalis. If you ask for anything for Christmas, ask for the book set by Tony Bengalis from EAA. It's about $100. If you actually read them and put them to use, your plane will be light, safe. It'll comply with the FAA standards when you go to get it inspected for your airworthiness certificate. I can't say enough about the Tony Bengalis books, and I joke, he's not my uncle, but I call him Uncle Tony, because when he was alive, I used to write back and forth to him, and he was very kind and very encouraging, the kind of guy you'd want in the home-built world. And he also built, like, I don't know, 16 airplanes, so no slouch. So once you get done with this, you take these, here I'll show you by way of our magical camera stand. I had too much coffee, so bear with me. You can click out of this if it's boring you, or you're not at this stage. Please, infidels, countrymen, whatever you want. This is America, do what you want. Switch channels. So, but for those of you who are interested, Scott is doing the English wheel, which is really cool. I would love to learn that someday. But this is how you do this. You cut these things, then you bend them, and you'll see they automatically conform to a nice concave shape. Then you can bend the flanges around, a la this drawing. So you do the same with the top piece. And you do this with, sorry for this commercial interruption. So this is the top piece as well. So you do the same thing with this. You kind of bend it a little bit, and you get that nice shape. So you're going to have to, I laid all this out with poster boards. Poster boards, I used, went to Walmart, Rite Aid, Walgreens, whatever, CVS, get poster board, and mock up all this stuff with poster board. But when you do when you do bend these to make the concave shape, you're going to have to take a little material out of here, a little material out of here, to make it flush. But it all works out in the wash. Anyway, that's it. That's my little video for today from the Nose Bowl Authority. Far from it. in Cleveland, Ohio. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you have a good weekend, and keep building.